Hey, and welcome to another video RAWRlog. No one's told me to stop so far, so I think I'll keep doing this until someone does. And it is actually working out much easier doing it this way than typing out my logs by text, because as I said last time, it just takes forever to figure out how to type it down, and my own grammar tends to stop me when I'm doing it that way. So I prefer to do it by video, and I'll keep doing it this way, and I hope you guys like it that way. This way I'm a little more prepared this time. I've set up my own sort of studio here. It's really just the kitchen, but you know, it works. I also have my RAWRtacular t-shirt on, so you know what's going on here. And yeah, I've got a lot to actually talk about this time too. Quite a lot of stuff, and I'm going to start with one particular item because I'll be tagging people onto this video for this particular item. And it's kind of exciting because I just got this in this week, and that's why I really wanted to shoot today, because this is a new development. If you've seen the last video, or if you've been following my Facebook page, you may be aware of the International Comic Festival in Tokyo that happened a few weeks ago, and myself and a few other people have been contributing to Coffee Party, which was a collaboration manga between the French illustrator Psycho Doyle and the Japanese manga artist Naoyazawa. And they were very cool. They opened up the project to allow anyone else really to submit little pieces of art that would also get featured with the rest of Coffee Party. And we were invited to submit two pieces, in fact. One sort of small caricature of the two main characters to be put into the book itself, and also a piece of art to appear on the Artist Alley wall. And a couple of us got together, we submitted artwork, and they displayed it, and it was outstanding. It was really great to see. If you have been following the Facebook page, you'll see that I've been reposting a lot from the Coffee Party Facebook page as well, and like all the pictures from the event itself, pictures from inside the book, and it's all been outstanding. I've loved seeing that stuff, and it is quite heartwarming to see everyone get together into these kind of projects, and like, seeing the results is also amazing. I love collaboration comics. I love seeing them flourish this way, and I love seeing open community projects the likes of Coffee Party. And all I can say is I'm extremely happy with the results. I hope everyone else is also very happy, and I only have very, very thankful thoughts towards everyone in the project, especially to Psycho and Nap, who let us all in. And you know, that's just amazing. I love that. And especially now, as a thanks to us, and to be honest, I don't expect thanks for this kind of thing. Being able to join is thanks. But as a thanks, they gave each one of us who submitted, they gave each one of us a copy of the actual convention manga. And mine came in about 2 days ago. This is it. In English known as In Search of Lost Coffee, or in French, À la recherche du café perdu. It's been a few years since I've used French. My apologies to Psycho, the French illustrator who's involved here, and to every other French listener of my blog, which I think is one other person. Sorry, Guilan, I screwed up French. I'll try not to do that again. Did this in school for 5 years and I still can't do it right. Just goes to show, doesn't it? I love this manga. I absolutely love it. It's insane. It's going to become available as an ebook in a few months or a few weeks' time. I'm not sure really when, but I know they're working on this now. And I'm going to go through a little bit of this. I'm not going to go through all of it because I don't want to spoil it. I want you to actually go out and buy it when it becomes available, because this is an excellent thing. And basically it's a story about getting lost into a manga because you haven't, like this character Croissant, she hasn't had enough coffee, so she goes crazy and goes into a manga, and stuff happens then as a result of that, which is kind of odd in my head, because too much coffee is what does that to me, and she gets that way because she hasn't drunk enough. But you know, whatever makes you crazy works in my head. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because, as I said, I don't want to spoil it on you. But there's one or two pages which really stick in my head, and some of these I didn't see when the comic was in production. During the Copy Party's production, we could see the pages under construction on the Facebook page, and that wasn't, some of these weren't shown, and this one scene cracks me up. I don't know, it's just my sense of humour, but can you see this page? Okay, the focus, there we go. That scene alone has me in stitches. The character Croissant, her hair looks like a croissant, and in the story she ends up going into a gigantic manga shop, and to illustrate her excitement, we now have a picture of a croissant screaming in the sky in front of two towers full of manga. That's just, I don't know if I would do that. I probably would. I may not be a croissant, but I would probably assume some shape and scream in the sky. If I found that much manga in one building, especially a tower. So, might be a reason why I shouldn't ever go to Tokyo, because then something like this might happen to me, and yeah, that's probably unhealthy, so I will avoid that, at least for now, until I can control that reaction and not do that again. But I'm going on about crazy stuff now, but that's what this manga is about. It's a crazy stream of stuff. And look at this. She's right when the girl becomes coffee. Croissant becomes coffee, and she's burning a guy here, and she's excited by that. Look like she's happy. She's burned this guy. But what the hell? Cracks me up. I love this. This, guys, thank you for sending me this. It is unbelievably fun. It will have a cherished position in my collection. It's getting locked away. You know, it goes with my Black Snow collection and my I'm Famous collection as well. This is a treasure to me. Also, I couldn't find it when I looked, but Psycho, she actually sent me this copy from France, because it's a lot easier to post from France to Norway than to Japan to Norway, I guess. And she also threw in her kind of business card, which, when you flip it over, it's got this really beautiful illustration on it. And unfortunately, I don't have it now. I tried to find it. Spent the last hour trying to find it, actually. And it's great. That's going into the treasured collection too. It's probably, I plan to use it as a bookmark, because it's just that's beautiful. I love it. And thank you, by the way, for sending that as well. And thank you for sending this. And thank you to everyone for joining in and, making this thing possible, because it really does make me feel, I'm repeating myself, it does make me feel really good to be involved in that. Since I'm tagging a lot of people, I have to go a little further into the last page of the manga, because this is where the collaboration with many other people come in. It's the final page. I've shown this a good few times on the Facebook page, particularly my own contribution. You'll see I've drawn the character Eclair here in the corner, ripping through the page, and I hope it feels inadequate, since look at all the others. These are great stuff here. Mine does not look like it belongs here, but it's great that it is. I want to mention a few other people I know, actually, through the internet, who have also contributed. Let's see, we've got, just below me here, not below me, but below the Eclair in the comic, we have Croissant, done by Tommy in Australia. Also met her through LinkedIn. That's actually how I came across Now in the first place, was through the LinkedIn manga anime section. Got to know through the different forums. Got to know Tommy as well. She's in Australia. Who else we got that I know? We got Kai Koloyan. I can't remember your actual name. I probably will when I post this. That's outstanding. Actually reminds me of a video once. I think this pose I've seen in a movie poster once. I can't remember which movie, but let's get closer now. That one's outstanding. I love that one. Out in the corner, that's Aaron. He's from the UK. I think I met him on LinkedIn as well. I can't remember exactly, but I love that. That's very cute. That's very cute. That's Croissant as well. A few other people I don't know all too well. But Toki. There's Toki in Panama. Yes. Only manga artist I know of in Panama. Gonna see some of the stuff. Also met her through the LinkedIn, and the thing about Toki is she is a back office fan, which I love all my fans, and I especially like when I have other fans who are involved in manga themselves. And so we got Toki there as well. In addition to all of this, everyone's given a piece of artwork. I did a kind of comic page, and a few others just did like portraits of the two main characters or one of the characters. So they've done different things, lots of different stuff. They will be included in the ebook, I believe. Their contributions will be part of the final production. That's why I recommend going out to get it when it becomes available. And I shouldn't hit the table with my elbows. It shakes the camera. I see. Stop that. All right. I'm screwing around with the video. I shouldn't. This is outstanding, and yeah, really good stuff. I would love to work with you guys again anytime. I'm there. Just say. I'm also going to do another section on this when the ebook becomes available on promoters. I want to make sure that everyone knows about this outstanding manga. This is a great manga. It should be read by everyone, as far as I'm concerned. So that's that. I'm going to now move on to normal business of my RAWRlogs. So if you've only just tuned in to see a reference in Copy Party, you can stop by now, because I might not reference Copy Party again. So, actually, another point. I was told by my good friend Harold that the 10-minute limit on the YouTube videos, it stopped years ago. I had a feeling it did, but thanks to his help, I managed to extend my video length to about 50 hours. So as you can probably see at this stage, and I can now on my clock, we're at 11 minutes, so I can keep going, but I'm not going to go on forever. I'm going to try not to go on forever, because I know you have better things to do than listen to me go on about comics. Anyway, so that's Copy Party done. I have a checklist to make sure I stay on script. It's the only way. It's the only way for me. Okay, regular RAWRlog news. I have to start off with some bad news, really. It's more bad news pertaining to the rest of the webcomic world. The website conchs.com just came offline about a week ago. It was in trouble already for a while. I think it was due to very low traffic going to the website. I don't know what exactly killed it in the end, but unfortunately it's gone, and that's kind of sad, because Comacracy was one of the first websites I listed back office on, and is the very first website I listed Batany Art on. It's sad to see indexes like Comacracy go away, especially since that is the place where I met the guys from Blackstone Comics in the first place, and our collaboration works came because of that website, and it saddens me to see it gone. The URL is now dead. It doesn't go anywhere, it seems, so you can't even see the original website anymore unless it's cached somewhere. So it's very sad news. I really hoped it would continue. There was talk of getting someone else to take over. I was thinking about volunteering to do that. He was going to give the website away for free, and I thought, should I do it? I decided to not even pursue that, though, because I just don't have that kind of time to run a webcomic index. It's a very complex website. I just couldn't do it. Either way, it didn't matter, because the website ended, and it's unfortunate, and I don't like seeing the likes of that going offline. This year has been pretty tough on some webcomics. I've seen a lot of them go out, some that surprised me, some that didn't. For example, The Easy Breather was a comic listed on Comacracy. It went offline about 3 weeks ago. That comic probably, well, it's listed as one of the worst webcomics there are. It was due to go offline, I think, either way. But it doesn't, I don't like seeing any webcomic die, but that one was due to die, so that's pity. It's especially pity since the guy, James Vapont? James something. That guy had actually asked for help in trying to develop his comic, or at least he wanted encouragement or advice. So I thought, alright, the comic's premise was salvageable. It was basically a superheroine who fought against tobacco and smoking and stuff, which, yeah, alright, it's an after-school special, isn't it? Except the way he did it, it wasn't anything like that at all. It was kind of disturbing in some respects. I sent him an email. I said, okay, you can turn this around. You can make this a good comic if you try to make a better villain, because he was doing a sort of villain of the week approach, which come on, that's not going to work in a comic, at least not the way he was doing it. To make it a single villain that was like a tobacco company or something like that. And to redevelop the character herself, the main character, the Easy Breather, was a super heroine who had kind of super breath or whatever. She had some very non-connected powers which didn't make any sense, frankly, except for the breath maybe. I suggested changing that to something else. I suggested a few changes. He never replied to my email, but he did reference my advice to stop using poser software. And poser software is making 3D wireframe characters, kind of like Pixar if it had a $5 budget, and just putting them in poses, taking a picture, and then using it as a comic frame, and then doing that a few different times. I don't like those kind of comics because they usually look very strange and have that uncanny valley effect, which just makes it just makes it scary looking. I suggested stop doing that. It's the only comment he referenced. He didn't reference me by name, but he did seem to start changing the way he developed villains. He actually had a set villain in the tobacco company. But that then ended. It was supposed to be his last comic, but then ended, and then that was it. He was finished. Another comic that ended, which surprised me, but I didn't really hear too much about the background of this comic until recently, was So You Think You're a Cartoonist. Apparently the guy had a rage quit a few months ago. Didn't even know you could do such a thing as rage quitting. I don't want to try rage quitting myself, but maybe it's fun. He rage quitted. He got angry and he stopped producing comics altogether, which it surprised me because I always noticed that comic at the very top of listings websites, and I thought, hey, that's what I should be going for. I should be trying to do what he's doing and increase my readership and get to the top of the listings with back office and bat in the arse, do that kind of thing. Now, it turns out he was hated by quite a few people, and then he got pissed off, and then he stopped making comics altogether. So that ended. There's a lot of comics ending. The thing is, that's kind of what happens with webcomics. Since there's very little money in it, or none at all, usually none at all, webcomic artists either get disillusioned or get annoyed with criticism and tend to end it and just stop. I try to avoid the things that make me want to do, like want to stop, because there are times when everything becomes too stressful for me to handle the schedule I've given myself, and there are times like that you think about quitting, but you know you're going to regret it forever. So that's why I don't stop. I'm probably not going to stop for a good few years, I hope. I hope to still be doing this for, like, I don't know, I kind of imagine doing this for the next 20 to 30 years, because it'll take that long to draw the entire Bat in the Art story. That story is extremely long, and I'm pulling off about 2 chapters a year, and there's probably about 50 chapters in that comic. So it may take that long unless this becomes my full-time job, which realistically I don't see that happening, but I'm going to continue drawing. So I might draw right up to my retirement and then do that full-time. Then that'd be kind of cool. So something to look forward to. Yeah, old age, outstanding. We're looking forward to old age. I'm crazy. That's the bad news. But I want to move on to good news and outstanding news. But the outstanding news is my good friend Michael from Blackstone Comics. He's not updating lately, but that's because of a very good reason. He's just gotten a baby daughter, I believe. She was born about a week or so ago. So congratulations, Michael. I am expecting that you won't be returning to comic production for another few weeks at least. I was expecting 2 Drink Minimum to start updating again soon, but considering someone's just gotten born, I don't think that's going to happen. And I think it's the best reason in the world not to update your comic is because you've just gotten a child. So congratulations, and take it easy. I don't expect, personally speaking, I don't expect updates from Blackstone 2 Drink Minimum until sometime in the new year, because I think Christmas just does that. It's too busy. On that note, I might not even be doing a Christmas special this year on my own comics, but I'll get back to that. In just wrapping up that point though, I'm really looking forward to more 2 Drink Minimum, and I just, I kind of missed the updates. I have missed them, but I'm willing to wait, and I'm sure that a lot of the Blackstone faithful are also going to be looking forward to that too. So that's going to be cool. The next point I want to move on to, because I think I'm losing coherence in this video, is back office. Back Office Party was launched on Monday. It's Monday a few days ago. It's the newest thread in the back office story. And my screensaver turned on. Oh, sorry, didn't see myself for a second. So that started a few days ago, and going to be continuing the Monday updates just like before. This story is, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this story. I think it's going to be good. I haven't gotten the entire thing written out, but my goal is to get it done in a single year. By this time next year, it has to be finished or nearly finished, because I let the Q-matic story go on too long, and it would just keep going on and on and on. So I'm going to try and keep that really tighter this time. Any jokes I want to use, I will save for future stories and just keep the story tight. Another update coming tomorrow, because today is Sunday, so there will be another update, and you're going to get more of an idea of what's about to happen in the next few updates. I'm going to try and get a Christmas special for Back Office up. I haven't done that yet. The Christmas special is usually my trick for doing 2 pages in 1 week, so that during Christmas week I don't do any comic work. I try and take the week off, so I don't have to do any drawing. Main reason for that is I usually go home to Ireland during Christmas week or the week after, and I don't like to bring all of my equipment with me. I like to just go there, not do comic work, and then coming back. I do comic work here in Norway when I'm back at my place. So that's the main thing I'm thinking here. I might just call it a rest week or run one of the updates I have in my buffer. Because every time you do a webcomic, you really should have a buffer. Have a buffer of at least a few updates. And if you don't, you're going to have a lot of stress while you're updating your comic. So I've got about 4 pages. If I drop 1 week and not draw, then I'm down to 3. 3 is okay. 3 is an okay level of buffer you can have. But if I stop again, then it's down to 2 and 1 and then nothing. And then it's Sunday night and I haven't drawn anything yet for the next Monday. So that's something to try and avoid, because consistency in a webcomic is very important. So yeah, that's that. I will try though, because I like doing the Christmas special. It's kind of fun to try and dress up the characters in an unusual situation. So it's something I'll try to stick to. So that's that. Another thing about Back Office, and this is kind of exciting. I have another prop in me for that too. I have been commissioned to produce Back Office Volume 1 as a competition prize for a Christmas calendar competition prize, essentially. They're big into Christmas calendars here in Norway and in the general Scandinavian area. Really, really big into it. Back home, a Christmas calendar would just be a paper calendar where you'd open a window on each day and it would just have a picture or a fact or something. Here, you tend to get items inside the calendar, be it gifts or chocolates or other things. And as part of a calendar competition, I have been commissioned to produce Back Office Volume 1 in paper form to be given as a prize. This is kind of significant because Back Office has never been printed before. I have been planning out Volume 1 for print, but I haven't actually done any printing yet with it. So this book will be the very first ever Back Office Volume 1. So I'm going to even list it as a preview edition, but it's number in as edition 1 and sign it. So if in the very, very unlikely event that my comics become famous, this will become probably the most valuable of the collection and will be worth slightly less than I paid for it probably. So yeah, there's that. What it will probably be, I won a competition once to get a book branded up with my Back Office stuff, and here it is. It'll probably be about this size, I think. Anna kind of suggested using the ring binder side on the print, and at first I'm thinking, I don't want to do that. I'd like to have a spine on the book, because that's what comic books have. But then I'm thinking, well, it's an office comedy. You got a lot of ring binders in offices. Makes sense. Office comedy, office ring binder. Yeah, so we can go like that. It probably won't look just like this though. When I won this competition, I didn't read what this was at first. I thought, hey, yeah, just put my logo on the front and on the back as well. The same logos I'm wearing. Then I realised when they printed it, it was actually a recipe book. You don't see it's in Norwegian, but these are all Yeah, this is a back office recipe book. This is an extremely rare item because I'm not going to print another one again. Who wants back office recipes? You don't even see them eat. There's no food in the comic. It's one of those things. It'll look similar to this, I think, except I will do a different cover. The logo will be up here or something, and it will be a good deal thinner because I will have like 2 or 3 updates per page, and that means volume 1 would be about 50 pages long because there's 120 pages in there. So yeah, 50 pages. So it's going to be smaller, and after the fact, if this print works well, I will bring that edition. I'll make it available on demand. I still plan to do a little more polished version of the comic for actual, proper distribution. That will be that will have a full color cover, which I'm still planning out, and it will have a whole load of extras in there. The first edition will just be the comic and some words like an intro and the final words at the back, and that's about it. That's the entire comic. The final edition will be a lot more detailed, and I'm going to work like crazy to make that happen sometime early next year if I can. That's my goal anyway. So there's that. That's back office. So a lot of stuff happening there. Hopefully I can get that first edition done in time, actually, because my deadline is I think tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I'm in trouble. All right, next comic. I have to talk about Bat and the Art. So we have chapter 3 is still going on. I'm actually changing the story in this edition. The original 2006 Bat and the Art had this very peculiar interaction between Aisling and a ghost from the school, and I was never happy with it because it didn't make any sense. It was all over the place. If you can ever get your hands on a copy of the original Bat and the Art, you'll see that she goes up into an old, I think, a Marcello tower, and the ghost sort of introduces her to a nightmare, and then that's it. She sort of screams, and then the whole scene ends. And I was never happy with it. I wanted to redraw it, and I'm going to do a really different scene now with the current edition of Chapter 3. And I think it's getting closer to what I originally imagined for Bat and the Art, and I hope you guys are going to like it. Actually, this is another point. I'm not coherent at all. I'm jumping all over the place. So good thing I can't actually edit these videos. Otherwise, you don't get to see all of this nonsense in my head. I have noticed, thanks to several sources, that back office and Bat and the Art readers are very different people. I always imagined this was the case, but I had hoped that maybe they both read each comic, that all RAWRtacular readers read back office and Bat and the Art. That isn't the case, and it's surprising to know. It's actually very interesting, because I know there are some people who love Bat and the Art, or at least enjoy reading Bat and the Art, but despise back office, and the other way around too. You got people who are really into back office but don't follow Bat and the Art, and that's given me a lot to think about, because the way I market my comics is the same for both. I do the same kind of advert for both type of people, and I really should rethink that. And I'm considering different strategies now for each comic. I'm not going to do the same thing. And let's start with a bit. The back office volume is going to be printed in one way, and Bat and the Art, when the time comes, will be printed using a different method. And that actually leads me into another point I was going to bring up. Bat and the Art has now joined Amilova. Amilova, actually. Sorry, Amilova. Amilova.com. Amilova is a mostly French web manga portal that actually tries to publish the web manga in paper form if they are popular enough. Bat and the Art has joined. I've only uploaded chapter 1 so far. Some readers have come by. The comic is ranking better than I thought. The comic's rank is around about in the middle of the Amilova ranking system. It's about 200 out of 400 comics, and that's not bad, considering it's the first chapter, and I'm still getting quite a few hits a day via Amilova, and that's kind of cool. I like that. I'm going to be uploading chapter 2 when I get some time, And then after that, I will upload updates to Amilova. I'll be uploading to Amilova every week with the RAWRtacular update at the same time. So I'm going to see if that can generate more readers, because Bat in the Yard is more of a traditional manga as opposed to Back Office, which is a strip comic. And I think I need to keep Bat in the Yard with other print mangas, or like proper mangas, as opposed to what I'm doing with Back Office. It needs to be in that kind of grouping. It needs to be marketed towards that kind of people, and yeah, that's all I can really say on that. I just have to be a little more clever about how I push out the comics. So that's that point really. So that's Bat in the Yard. I hope to get chapter 3 done early next year, and then I've already decided that I will redraw chapter 4 and 5. I noticed a lot of art mistakes in 4 and 5, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to keep. As I mentioned in the last RAWRlog, I had already drawn chapters 4 and 5 from years ago. I'm going to hold on to some of the artwork. There's going to be a lot I can hold on to, so I can sort of increase the update rate, but I'm still going to keep it at once a week, because if I get it at any higher tempo than what I'm currently using, it's going to stress me out, and I will probably end up stopping altogether, and I don't want to do that. I want to at least keep this pace up with the comic updates, because I think once a week, it's not the best update rate. Better comics, I feel, can do it twice a week, 3 times a week. You can get updates on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can get updates throughout the entire week. Some comics can do it 7 days a week, 7 updates every single day. I don't know how to do that, to be honest. Unless they are full-time artists, I don't know how it's possible. I'm satisfied with the once-a-week update, because there are successful webcomics out there that can pull off once a week. So I'm going to try that. I'm just going to keep trying and not give up. That's the main thing. You can't give up on this kind of thing. It's a labour of love, and you just got to stick with it. That's all I can say to anyone else who's still doing webcomics themselves and feeling like they can't handle the schedules they have for themselves. Use a schedule that you can feel relaxed in and stick to it, because if it's stressing you out, then it's not fun, and it's going against the whole idea of the art. Like, it should be fun, it should be something you love, and make it that way. I don't know who I'm talking to, actually, because I don't know if anyone here who's still listening is a webcomic artist, or if anyone is still listening. We're at 32 minutes. Jesus, I didn't think I'd last more than 15 minutes in this video. Alright, I'm not finished yet either. I have a few other things to say. I'm going to stop there with Bat in the Yard and my disjointed points about sticking with comics. With the final section of this video, basically what I'm going to do next with video RAWRlogs. I can continue just talking about stuff, but I know that in itself isn't interesting to a lot of people. I know that just going on about Back Office and Bat in the Yard and all the different things I'm involved in doesn't interest everyone. What I think, there are, for example, Anna came up with an excellent idea. My girlfriend Anna, she gives me a whole lot of great ideas, and this one is one of those really good ideas. Drop my pencil. This idea is that I should record my drawing of the comics while I talk about this stuff. Basically, I'm still trying to figure out how to do this, because I draw my comics on paper first, then I scan them in. And I do post the different construction stages of my comics on the Facebook page, and then I do it that way to let people into the creation process. And I'm thinking maybe it would be interesting if I show people what I do step by step by step to create an actual page. Maybe it gives you ideas, maybe it's just to keep things interesting. You can watch the page develop while I'm talking, instead of just looking at this one, looking here at this face. I know this can be, if you're looking at me, you could probably get sick of this image after a while. And I want to give you something a little more interesting to see, and the comic may be that. So that's one idea. I have to figure out equipment for that. I'm going to try and get some extra web cameras that I can, for example, I can have a web camera mounted here to look towards the table while I'm drawing. Do something like that. I just have to think about that, but I really want to try that idea at least once and see how it goes. So that's one idea. Also, Harold, the RAWRtacular blog master, Harold BN, he has suggested recording with HD equipment. He's got a whole lot of, he's got HD camera, HD sound system. He suggested that I could try and do an HD RAWRlog. I don't know if you want to see me in high definition or anything like that. I would think that would be a disadvantage to HD in this respect, but I'm going to try out that idea. Wouldn't mind actually doing a RAWRlog with him with me, because he's also working with RAWRtacular, and I think that might be fun to have other people in the video with me, so we can bounce ideas off each other. We're going to go see The Hobbit fairly soon. I think maybe we can do a review of it or something like that. That's something I have in mind. Actually, I think this might be a good point to end. We're at 35 minutes and about 36. And I've run out of material, so I'm going to stop now and regret posting this to Facebook yet again, but I'm going to. And yeah, talk to you again in another month's time. I might try to do a recording during Christmas time, depends how things go. And yeah, talk to you on the other side of that, and hope you have a very good season. And yeah, all the best.